Thank you for joining us for this look at some of the best stories from KPBS News this week. I'm John Carroll. Coming up, more health care options for local military veterans. We'll tell you how the San Diego VA is expanding. San Diego Unified is trying to improve its test scores, see what's working in local public schools, especially when it comes to reading. And why did attacks to fund transportation projects fail? Election results show a big contrast between rural and urban voters. We start with uncertainty for immigration advocates following the election of Donald Trump. Earlier this year, San Diego's mayor defunded the city's Office of Immigrant Affairs. KPBS border reporter Gustavo Solis has more on the potential impact of that decision.
In his January State of the City address, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria painted himself as a new kind of leader.
Frankly, this city has a history of abandoning bold and aggressive efforts as soon as things get difficult, surrendering to doubt and a fear of change. I'm here to tell you that that's not how we do things.
The mayor touted his administration's efforts in reducing crime, clearing homelessness encampments, and filling more than 61,000 potholes. But one thing he didn't highlight was the city's efforts to help migrants. Then in June, he cut the city's Office of Immigrant Affairs from the budget. Migrant advocates were dismayed at the decision and say it represents a missed opportunity.
I think that is unfortunately what happened, right? They abandoned something that could have really been great had they continued to build it out and had done good things.
Erin Surumoto Grassi is with Alliance San Diego.
In the Office of Immigrant Affairs was, they were holding workshops with community members, helping people, get citizenship, partnering with community organizations. They were an additional watchdog when we had shelters for unaccompanied minors, making certain that the federal government was doing the right thing.
San Diego's Office of Immigrant Affairs was first proposed during the administration of Gloria's predecessor, Kevin Faulconer. It was part of the Welcoming San Diego initiative, an ambitious plan to expand services to immigrants during the first Trump administration. Gloria's administration formally established the office in 2022. It included an immigrant affairs manager, a small staff, and about $500,000 from the mayor's office. Kira Green is with the Center on Policy Initiatives. She says the timing of the decision to defund this office could not have been worse.
We've known for a long time that there was a strong chance that former President Trump would be reelected. And in that context, it seemed particularly important in this budget cycle to think about what that meant.
Mayor Gloria declined an interview request. Instead, his office emailed a statement saying that the county of San Diego, quote, is the lead on all immigration issues in the region. Gloria's office went on to say that programs previously offered by the Office of Immigrant Affairs are available through local nonprofits. San Diego County allocates $5 million a year to fund a program that gives free legal representation to immigrants facing deportation. And last year, the county used $6 million of federal COVID relief money to fund a temporary migrant shelter. But that money ran out in February. Now, with government support dwindling, warnings from advocacy groups are coming true. A number of migrant families have joined the ranks of San Diego's homeless population. Adriana Jasso is with the American Friends Service Committee. She says multiple migrant families lived in homeless encampments in Barrio Logan over the summer.
But that particular space, from what we know, in maybe mid-July, had over 120 people, mainly women with children, and situations where it even impacted local neighborhood schools.
Jasso hopes to get more support from Gloria during his second term in office.
So this could be an opportunity to be a voice of a more humane voice when it comes to embracing and understanding the entire population of San Diego.
But the advocates who spent years helping launch the Welcoming San Diego initiative are dispirited. Again, here is Grassi.
Oh, it's hard to really put into words, right? When you have worked on something for so long, it's not just that you worked for something for so long to win something, but what it meant to people.
But whatever happens, she says that the humanitarians who were doing the work before the Office of Immigrant Affairs opened will continue to do it now after it's closed. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
It's been a busy week of coverage on border issues from Gustavo Solis. Find out more at kpbs.org and the KPBS YouTube page. Other stories include a deeper look at the issue of American guns being smuggled into Mexico and a conversation with Public Matters reporter Amitha Sharma on the threat of mass deportations when President-elect Donald Trump takes office. California's Constitution protects the right to an abortion, but the rise in anti-abortion rhetoric on the national stage is still a barrier to accessing care. KPBS North County reporter Alexander Nguyen says a new program seeks to change that.
This couple is protesting in front of this Planned Parenthood clinic in Oceanside. They are anti-abortion, and while they are courteous and respectful, some advocates say the mere presence of protesters could deter marginalized people from seeking much-needed care, especially since Planned Parenthood provides medical services beyond abortion. That is why today, the North County LGBTQ Resource Center is launching a new Reproductive Justice Project program to serve people needing access to care.
This is services not an ideological approach, but really basic human rights of access to health care.
Max Disposti is the center's executive director. He says most reproductive rights messaging is aimed at heterosexual women, not queer women, which is why this program is needed.
The majority of cisgender queer women have been pregnant, and they were more likely to have had an abortion than heterosexual women. This is particularly true for bisexual women and other women with a history of same-sex partnering.
The center received nearly $300,000 from the California Department of Public Health to run the program for the next 3 years. It includes one-on-one case management and accompanying people to intimate medical procedures, such as abortion and gender-affirming care. In addition to accompanying people to places like this, the program is also providing LGBTQ people access to reproductive care.
We just really want folks to know that despite all the narratives that are out there, it's so important for folks to get the care that they need, whether it's abortion care, if folks need access to gender-affirming care.
Simon Guzman is the center's Reproductive Justice Program Manager. He says despite the anti-abortion and anti-trans rhetoric of the incoming administration, reproductive care is health care.
Ultimately, we all want our families to get the care that they need and to live dignified lives.
To request accompaniment service, contact the North County LGBTQ Resource Center at 760-994-1690 or visit ncresourcecenter.org. Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
Healthcare is expanding for local veterans, allowing the San Diego VA to serve more people. KPBS Military and Veterans Affairs reporter Andrew Dyer spoke recently with the director of the medical center.
President Joe Biden signed the PACT Act in 2022, expanding healthcare benefits to more veterans. Since taking effect, the VA San Diego Medical Center has enrolled thousands. Frank Pearson is the director of the VA San Diego healthcare system.
VA San Diego actually has the greatest growth rate of all of the Southwest. And so we've seen a tremendous growth in our volume to the tune of about 400 to 500 veterans every single month.
VA San Diego is one of the largest local healthcare providers. A recent study by the San Diego Military Advisory Council found almost 200,000 veterans live in San Diego County. Pearson says 150,000 vets are enrolled in VA healthcare across San Diego and Imperial counties. Many of those veterans are women, and Pearson says much of their recent expansion has been to accommodate them.
We have the largest percentage of women veterans in all of VA. 13.1% of our population are female veterans.
VA San Diego provides primary and specialty care for women, including prenatal and maternity services, and infant care for 1 year. Its newest clinic in Kearny Mesa caters to veteran women.
We've really gone out of our way to identify that, hey, we have a lot of women veterans to serve. We're very proud of that fact.
The VA's also ramped up staffing around San Diego over the last several years. Since 2022, they've added 400 new jobs. The VA has been criticized over the years over appointment wait times. Congress mandates veterans be seen within certain timeframes or be able to get care from other providers. Pearson says people like continuity in their health care. That's why he says most veterans choose to wait to be seen at the VA.
What we find actually at VA San Diego is overwhelmingly, most veterans choose to wait until we're able to see them.
This year, VA San Diego added a mobile care unit to better reach veterans in the homeless community. In 2025, it's adding a new expanded community living center at its La Jolla campus. The new nursing home will also offer expanded support services for caregivers. Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.
We have another story from Andrew Dyer that takes us to the sprawling Marine base east of I-15. Here's a rare look at how Miramar uses undeveloped wilderness as a training ground.
Just picture yourself in a plot of land where there's no infrastructure available, no phone, no cell coverage, no internet. And our Marines here at Comm Squadron have the equipment and the knowledge to be able to set that up for other Marines to do their jobs.
Anthony Johnson is the operations officer for Wing Communications Squadron 38 based at Miramar. The squadron has no aircraft, but like the name suggests, is focused on communication. Its goal is to set up antennas and other equipment across both Miramar and Camp Pendleton. Hundreds of Marines are involved. Over 10 days, they'll trek out across the eastern part of Miramar, setting up their communications nodes and sleeping in the field.
But also we're trying to demonstrate to the Marine Corps, the service, that we can go around the globe, but specifically in the Indo-PACOM region, largely dispersed throughout the region and provide communications for Marines.
It's the first day of the exercise, and the squadron is packed into Humvees, 7-ton trucks, and a trolley that looks more like something tourists ride around Universal Studios than a military transport. We're a few hundred yards from Interstate 15 and the hum of midday commuters. Marines scatter out away from the camp, find cover, and establish a secure perimeter. First Lieutenant Sophie Svoboda is a platoon commander and led today's convoy. Her Marines will establish the site as a base of operations for the rest of the exercise. She says it's important for them to get out into the field to do this kind of work.
You know, at the end of the day, when we do go into conflict, it's going to be important that the Marines are familiar with being out in this type of terrain, just being out in the elements in general.
Miramar spans 23,000 acres. Most of that land, about 15,000 acres, is east of the 15. The base has had a few lives. It was established as Camp Kearney by the Army during World War I. The Marines took over in World War II and named it Camp Elliott. Miramar was handed to the Navy after the war, then back to the Marines in 1997. First Lieutenant Chandler Bienick watches Marines erect an antenna a few hundred yards from the first base camp. I-15 commuters are again visible from the ridge.
It's weird being here and being able to see civilization right behind us. But as Marines, we live in the field. Our main site here, along with another site, can see the freeway, but here in a few days, we're going to be pushing out sites further east.
10,000 Marines and sailors are based at Miramar. The eastern part of the base is also used by the San Diego County Sheriff's Department and San Diego Fire Rescue for training. Marines in the squadron say Miramar is a little unusual for ground-based military operations. Camp Pendleton is larger and more remote. Most Army bases are in more rural areas, but Miramar is surrounded by millions of people. Bienick says, in part, that's what makes it so valuable.
Over here, though, we can set up anything from communications architectures. We have ranges over here. We are conducting exercises using blanks, so we're going to be shooting at each other, I guess. But this is just a great overall terrain to just train in and do Marine things.
Last year, local business leaders saw the eastern part of the base as a possible solution to the homeless issues plaguing the city. They suggested building a housing and ranch complex on the land. The Marines quickly shot the idea down. Squadron Operations Officer Major Anthony Johnson says although the area is undeveloped, it's important for the Marines.
Being a ground-based unit within the Marine Aircraft Wing, we don't fly aircraft, so that training area provides us the ability right in our backyard to go and train.
The Marines of Communications Squadron 38 say the training exercise was successful and they hit all their goals. Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.
That story on Miramar was one of our most popular this week. Here are some others. Kaiser mental health workers' strike hits its 5th week. The amateur photographers documenting life in the Imperial Valley. And Measure G's failure shows the urban-suburban divide over funding for public transit. We'll have that story a bit later. Nearly half of the students in the San Diego Unified School District are not meeting the state standard for reading and writing. That's according to the latest statewide test results. KPBS reporter Katie Anastas visited the elementary school that's seen the most improvement in the district.
It's Thursday morning in a 5th grade class at Sequoia Elementary School in Claremont. Frances San Giorgio is an eager participant.
I actually love reading, it's my favorite thing to do.
More specifically, she loves mysteries. She says kids who aren't big fans of reading now should keep on trying.
You just need to find the right book, the right genre for you. Some people it's adventure, mystery, comedy.
District leaders are pointing to Sequoia Elementary as a bright spot in the latest statewide English scores. They had the biggest increase in the number of proficient students in the last year. In 3rd grade, just 16% of San Giorgio's class was meeting the state standard. Now, in 5th grade, more than half are. Principal Ryan Cassell says they've found ways to encourage kids to read as much as possible. One way is through dragon tags. Students get tags when they reach certain milestones, like 100 steps or 200 steps.
And a step is 15 minutes of reading. So anytime they read 15 minutes, they log it, and then we document it, and then we reward it every week. So we give out the dragon tag that they attach to their backpack.
And at the end of the year, if you get 600 steps, there's a snow cone truck that comes and you get to have snow cones.
District leaders are looking for tools like dragon tags that could be replicated at other schools. Across the district, nearly half of students tested did not meet the state standard for reading and writing at grade level. District leaders are paying especially close attention to middle school, when scores tend to dip.
There are many factors that affect belonging in middle school, and from 5th grade to 6th grade, you go from one teacher to 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on what school you go to. That's a lot of relationships and different things to manage.
They say scores dropped more sharply between 5th and 6th grade for Black and Latino students.
Our team is actively investigating contributing factors from curriculum alignment to the differences in school configurations across the district. We are committed to digging deeper and developing targeted strategies to support these students.
The school board will get another update on test scores in March. Katie Anastas, KPBS News.
A love of reading also plays a role in this next story. This weekend, grad students are tackling Shakespeare's Henry VIII at the Old Globe. KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando went behind the scenes to catch a rehearsal.
Shakespeare can change lives. Just ask director Sam White.
My mother, who is a ferocious reader, we weren't allowed to listen to rap music, but she heard me, knocked on the door, and had a big smelly book. It smelled like an attic. She had pulled her big complete works out of the attic, and she handed it to me and told me if I liked lyrics so much, that was what I was going to have to read. It took me forever to finish the complete works. Hated it almost the entire time until I was about 16, maybe 17, and eventually fell in love with it.
Now White is working with the Old Globe and the University of San Diego Shiley Graduate Theater Program to change the lives of a new generation of actors.
When using antithesis, remember that we should hear and understand the juxtaposing thoughts. Love, hate, silly, serious, whatever the juxtaposing thought is, that tension between those two things should be potent in the text. If you know how to do Shakespeare and you know how to do it well, you'll be employed all the time. And so if you know your verse versus prose, your heightened language, your antithesis, your metaphor, remember to use your metaphors to paint beautiful pictures, make them all the Mona Lisa. That's going to really serve you to get jobs, after you graduate. And not only that, those tools from Shakespeare help you do any play well.
The MFA program was started to support the Shakespeare productions out in the festival stage. And basically, Craig Knoll and Sister Sally Fury over at USD decided to start a 2-year MFA program that brought young people, young actors, and teach them how to do classical work so that they can be on the stage with great Shakespearean actors, and then it became an apprenticeship and a mentorship between equity actors and the student actors.
White's directing a production of Shakespeare's Henry VIII with a cast of exclusively MFA students.
But what's exciting about working with actors who don't have a lot of Shakespearean baggage is that the freshness and the excitement of it all for them really bleeds through in their performances, which is exciting. It's almost like they've tasted a new food for the first time, and it really has ignited those taste buds. And that sort of enthusiasm, that sort of hunger
is something that was really great for Henry VIII because it's not a play that's often done. Anybody who sees it will sort of feel that connection to the play because the actors are so committed.
Henry VIII concerns the early years of the 16th century English king and his political maneuverings as he discards one wife for another. White did not want to try and modernize the look of the production.
I think by putting the play in the 16th century, it really does make it more blatantly obvious that things really haven't changed.
And Jesse Perez wants the students to see those connections.
Shakespeare is really hard to make personal and make it sound human. So I always tell my students to bring Shakespeare to them. And when we're here at the Globe, we're in America, and we get the story through our lens. It's Shakespeare in America. And that, to me, is what's exciting.
The MFA program brings in 7 students for each 2-year program. But when the time comes to tackle a Shakespeare play, 2 classes combine to take on the large cast of characters and to sink their teeth into Shakespeare's words and the music they create.
It is. It's the rhythm, it's the cadence. You know, the verbs are so flavorful that if you have a monologue that has, that's written in verse and it has all of these, I call them juicy verbs, it really you can't help but sort of be enraptured by the language. Verbs, 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 consonants, consonants, consonants.
The musicality of the language is ringing in ourselves. It's ringing within us. The sounds of Shakespeare are within us, especially if it's done well. You carry a vowel sound out there, it can reverberate in somebody's body, or a bass tone. Forget about it, right? Then all of a sudden we're like, whoa, where's that sound coming from and how is that made in the body?
That sound will be coming from MFA students, bringing fresh, vivid life to Shakespeare's Henry VIII this weekend and next at the Old Globe's Cheryl and Harvey White Theater. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
Measure G, the sales tax measure that would have funded transportation projects across San Diego County, has failed. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen says the results show a divide between urban and suburban voters.
Measure G tried to offer something for everyone: more trains and buses for urban residents and more highway and road repairs for the suburbs. A KPBS analysis of results by voter precinct found if Measure G had been limited to the city of San Diego, it would have passed with 54%. The measure also won majorities in the South Bay and in the downtown areas of many suburbs. But the further a voter was from a dense population center, the more likely they were to vote no. SDSU political science professor Brian Adams says another sales tax on the ballot, Measure E, to fund infrastructure and services in the city of San Diego, likely competed with Measure G for voters' attention and support.
I would hypothesize that many voters voted for one but not the other because they figure 2 sales tax increases are too much. Now, even though the measure won in San Diego, it needed to win by more to counteract some of the opposition outside of the city.
National politics also likely influenced the outcome of Measure G. Inflation makes it hard to sell voters on a tax increase. And Democrats, who are more likely to support more public spending, just didn't show up to the polls as much as they have in the past. And it was a busy election cycle.
The presidential race sucked all the oxygen out of the room. This was a really hard election year for any ballot measure, for any down ballot race. It's just we had a U.S. Senate race in California that got no attention whatsoever.
Altogether, 51% of county voters said no to Measure G. Measure E, the sales tax increase in the city of San Diego, also failed by the same margin. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
There's some new technology in downtown San Diego aimed at making the area more user-friendly. KPBS reporter Melissa May shows us how it's supposed to help the community enjoy everything the city has to offer.
Meet Ike. IKE stands for Interactive Kiosk Experience.
It's about making downtown feel welcoming, giving people the ability to explore, discover new places, and experience everything our urban neighborhoods have to offer.
3, 2, 1.
The new kiosk was unveiled at the corner of 4th Avenue and B Street this morning. It has dual-sided digital touchscreens with interactive applications that can transfer information directly to your phone.
Real-time transit details, access to local businesses,
public events. And did I mention the kiosks have free Wi-Fi? Emergency call button, directly connecting to our clean and safe team and access to social services and social service resources.
Christina Bibler is the director of San Diego's Economic Development Department. She says the kiosks have numerous public benefits, from a digital art program featuring local artists to real-time updates about the weather and road closures.
The added benefit of Ike's providing detailed listings of nearby restaurants, shops, businesses, and cultural institutions further supports our local businesses downtown and reinvigorate our urban core.
These digital kiosks will provide resources for our residents in need, including food bank and free pantries, addiction recovery, healthcare, and connections to our coordinated intake system for those seeking shelter and to get off of our streets.
San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria says the kiosks will also help with public safety.
This is also going to help with our city's need to be disaster prepared. Kiosks like this one can provide mass messaging devices, serve as a mass messaging device in instances of health or safety emergencies.
The kiosks are provided by a company called Ike Smart City, which has kiosks in 15 other cities across the U.S. The company's development director, Jessica Burton, says Ike Smart City pays for and maintains the kiosks.
Neither the partnership nor the city does pay for them. It is an advertising supported model, which is how the revenue is generated. And the percentage of revenues that we do get from the sale of advertising goes directly to the downtown partnership and the city to invest in the city.
At least 50 kiosks are set to be installed in high traffic areas throughout downtown San Diego over the next 2 years. Melissa May, KPBS News.
Be sure to subscribe to KPBS on YouTube. It's where we live stream KPBS Evening Edition, weeknights at 5. We hope you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm John Carroll. Thank you for joining us.